All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. All right, blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasharallah, as well as the hopeful elect, which are the Akim out there and doing this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and preaching through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, and truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation, but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And I don't really got any precepts lined up. I was just, coming from class, talking with the brothers and everything. And, we was, I can't remember exactly how it came up, but we was just talking about Esau. And I was like, oh, yeah, we was, we was talking about, how crawfish is found in the dirt. Pretty much they help like fertilize soil and by cleaning it and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's the same as certain sea animals that we're not supposed to eat because they're meant to clean it. Same as the pig as well. He cleans the earth. All right, so I said something like, the Lord is just cold. You know what I'm saying? He created creatures that can reproduce, that can continuously cleanse the earth, cleanse the soil, cleanse the water. Just have the earth clean. All right. Salaki, it had closed out the phone lock, so it cut the video short. But what I said, what Esau would do, he'll create a society. He'll have creations to where these things that he created will pollute the society, pollute the air, pollute the water. You just dump trash and things in there, and it reminded me of this movie. But then he'll create something that's why I say he'll create something that'll clean that or come up with a system that will fix that. But you already messed it up. You messed it up, and now you have to create another system to clean that, which is just more money being spent or more time, whatever, versus letting the Lord do what he do best, which is create things for a purpose, according to his purpose and for his will. All right. And I was thinking about the movie Longest Yard, the movie with Adam Sandler, and they was in jail playing football and all of that. And one of the guys, he said, why can't I be quarterback? Hence the title of the lesson, why can't I be quarterback? And he was like, all right, here. He gave him the ball. He told him to throw it. The guy threw the damn ball straight at the ground, pretty much. No accuracy, no power, no attributes whatsoever of being a quarterback. No IQ with that. Like, dang, you can't even throw the damn ball 5 or 6 yards, but you want to be in a position, right? You want to be in a position of authority. You want to be in a position of leadership. Okay. Now that's why the earth is how it is in this present day, because Esau is not meant to rule. Okay. Give me a second. I'm trying to fix this light so it don't go out on me again. But yeah, now the Lord did give him rulership for now. All right, that was part of his blessing, which I'm gonna grab here in a second. No, I think it's like 27. He was crying and shit. Salakia, brothers. All right, so this is Genesis 27 and 31. I'm gonna go to 30. It says, and it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob And Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. So he came in right behind him pretty much. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, and thy soul may bless me. Now, of course, if you read this story before, Rebekah had helped Jacob portray himself as Esau, and he ended up getting a better blessing. But we already know it was all through the spirit. Romans, the 9th chapter, can help clear that up. Okay, verse 32, it says, and Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. He said, and Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison, right, and brought it me, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him? Yea, and he shall be blessed. Why did he say that? Because he had ended up getting a better blessing. You know, he like, yeah, he gonna be all right. And we received a better blessing. It said, thy brother shall serve you. We pretty much gonna have the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. We're going to have rulership, and we're going to be over everyone. All right. That's what, what is that? Romans, I think it's Romans 8, you know, being of Abraham's seed, and we're going to be joint heirs with YAHAWASHI in the kingdom. You got Isaiah, the 2nd chapter as well, speak about the kingdom and how the nations are going to flow. We're going to teach the nations our ways. They're going to learn our ways, because why? Our ways are clean and contrary unto the rest of the nations. All right. They have some clean ways, but they got a lot of ways that's fucked up, you know, to be blunt about it. And when our kingdom is ruling, it's going to be ran how the earth is meant to be ran, because the rightful rulers are going to be within there. As it says in Proverbs, when the righteous are in rulership, the earth, the people rejoice. But when the wicked, i.e. Esau, Edom, so-called white man, when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. And that's why the earth is mourning, the trees is mourning, the grass is mourning, the animals is mourning. They done moved them out their habitat, and, you know, the people are mourning. Okay, here it is. He done stole this land, and he kicking the people. Then the people got to try to come back, and they got to go through this process and that process. And now he kicking them out if they didn't. And this is the society that we live in. We live in a crumbling society because it's the end. But let me finish off his blessing. It says, verse 34, Genesis 27:34, it says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. You know, he was probably had one of them, you know what I'm saying? When you can't catch your breath and shit, you know, he had one of those going, whining. It says, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. Now, when you read earlier in the story, Esau had sold his birthright to Jacob, you know, and all of that was all through the spirit, man. It's all everything. That's why the Lord speaks about knowing us before the womb. And you read in Ephesians, the 1st chapter, everything is already predestined, man. So whatever happens is meant to happen. Okay. It says, verse 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he's just like, I know you got one blessing, just one more. All right. It says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. All right, so he was that which represents dominion, okay, rulership. And that's why he's in rulership right now, because that was part of his blessing. All right, verse 40, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Right? Why? And how is that? His weaponry, him, the way he creates these predator drones and missiles and guns, and he had to use guns to get at Gad. All right, so by thy sword shalt thou live. That's why he goes around the earth taking everything by violence. Okay, that was part of his blessing, you know, but it's also going to be part of his judgment. Okay, because he's killed the innocent, killed the young, and you know, nobody did nothing to him, but he just takes, he steals people, he steals land, he robs, he murders. This is his MO. All right, so it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. All right, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Which that time did come, okay, when ultimately when they was, you know, coming back into power, all right, ruling in the Renaissance, okay. And it says, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So he's been plotting ever since. Okay, he's been plotting every since, man. But let me see. Let me get this real quick. So he's not fit to rule, you know. He's just not fit to rule because he's the wicked, you know. You got three classes of men. All right, you got the sons of God, which are the Israelites. What's up, y'all? What's up? You got the sons of God, which are the Israelites. You got the sons of men, which are the other nations, and then you got the sons of the wicked, all right, which are Esau, Edom, the Edomites, man. Okay, this is Psalms 58:3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So he can't help but to lie, be deceitful, be mischievous. Okay, that's all part of his characteristics. That's all part of him being the devil, you know. That's why we call him the devil, because he's just a deceiver. He'll say anything, he'll do anything to catch you off guard, man. Okay, he got the spirit of the serpent on him. All right, that serpent that was in that garden, okay, which was an actual man. It wasn't an actual damn snake slithering around talking and, hey, check this out, or eat this. No, it was a actual man, all right, with the characteristics of a serpent, because serpents are subtle. Even the scriptures tell us to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So they're wise. They have the characteristics of wisdom, man. Okay. Also want to get this. You got to get this, man. So this is why he can't be quarterback. He can't be in a leadership position because he don't know how. Okay, the Heavenly Father, he sits here. The Heavenly Father has creations, so Esau has creations. Okay, and ultimately his creation is all his technology. Okay, that's why we're getting into these last days, and we at the point where Esau is making these robots look like humans. No, make them look like your creations. Don't go off of what the Heavenly Father created. If you think that, you know, like it says in Thessalonians, he sit in the seat of the Most High as if he is the Most High. All right, but you're not. Okay, and that's why the Lord is about to judge your ass, man. All right, this is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if Esau is not the wicked, because the earth clearly is given into his hand. All right. He's the look at what look at what the Israelis did. Well, we feel like they trying to build a weapon, so we just went ahead and bombed them first. Well, you're not even thinking about everybody that can get involved with that. But hey, like it said, by thy sword shalt thou live. Because we all know that those are not the Israelites of the Bible that's over there in that land. Okay, because the scriptures speak about the Israelites leaving that land, and when they come back, all right, there's going to be peace on earth. How the hell is it peace on earth if they're the one that's bombing people and going to war with people? Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to get into that, man. Call law, YAHAWASHI. We at the end of this, man, rulership. You know, it's a lot of things going on, from the protests to DJ Trump remixing the laws. I like to say it like that. You know, down to the Israelis. All right. They, you know, bombing the Iranians and justifying it in the sense of they don't deserve to have nuclear weapons. All right. Now, hey, this is prophecy, you know. Call law YAHAWASHI. This is prophecy, and it's coming to pass. Okay, the Lord is manifesting this to strengthen our faith, to give us more endurance and perseverance, and let us know that he's on the way, that he's about to send his son. That, you know, if we be of that number, Lord willing, that we're going to be getting out of here soon, man. All right, but we also got to keep in mind Jacob's trouble. All right, it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. But hey, even like the apostle has said, you know, it's the world's trouble as well, because everybody's going to get a whiff of it, man. You know, everybody's going to get a whiff of that because they're around and they're about. Because Esau don't give a damn. That's why. He even, look, here it is. He got people that's in his kingdom. In their kingdom, and they living like heathen, man. All right, so they gonna be two-time losers, because they losing on this side, and then when they get in our kingdom, they definitely gonna be losing. Ain't no businesses gonna be owned by them, no banks gonna be ran by them. No, nah. He that killeth the sword must be killed with a sword. All right. He that taketh into captivity shall be taken into captivity. You know, roughly paraphrasing. It's been a while since I've been over that. All right, but it says what? Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. Okay. Rightfully so, man, because judgment, righteousness need to be spread throughout the earth. There's been enough wickedness. Everything and everybody is hurting, man. All right. Everything and everybody is hurting. Can't enjoy anything. When you do enjoy, you get a little smile here and there, but then it's right back to reality. Your enjoyment is damn near being inebriated. Once you sober up, you know, once you're done with that enjoyment, it's right back to the bitter, man. You know, hey, this part of our punishment, but once again, we almost out of here. So, Lord willing, we endure unto the end. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And once again, I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Shalom, Shalom.